hello there. And for regular viewers, you're thinking to yourselves, well, that's not how Brian at Watch Complications usually starts a video. That's not the right position for the camera or background, or he's really unkempt. He's not finished very well. A little bit sloppy almost. I mean, the mic isn't even under my shirt. There are going to be probably more cuts than normal in the video. Well, this is the homage person, the homage channel. This is Richard at watchcomplications, bringing you two Pagani Design watches, which I purchased, and I am going to do the unboxing in this video, get an initial look at two watches that I bought, and hey, I've had a Pagani Design watch for a while, well, probably 2 years, and I didn't even look because I don't pay attention to details anymore. Actually, what I should do is look at the app. Where's my app? Watching. Oh, it's on the phone. The phone's being used as a camera. You know, it's held up well. I mean, it took a lot of modding. If you've watched that video, I mean, I had to realign the bezel. I removed the Cyclops. I would never remove the Cyclops on an actual Rolex, and I also replaced the seconds hand. You know, you got to do some mods to watches, but I actually really like this watch. You know, even Brian likes it a little bit. But you know, the thing is, I want to explore it a little bit more because it's such a popular watch right now, and I understand the reasons. I get it. I really do. It gives you a chance to explore a particular design or styling that you like. If you want that on your wrist or not, get it. Cost. Some things are impossible to get, basically, and no one should buy at aftermarket price. I'm sorry, just shouldn't. And you've also got just people who like watches and they want to just test the waters and see what's out there and explore and discover and mod. So there's all kinds of reasons, and I'm okay with much of that. We're going to talk about pros and cons in the next video about these, and also something you don't see in videos, which is an actual Rolex next to an actual Pagani. A lot of people express opinions in videos, but my unfollowers, I do things different here. So anyway, we're gonna do an unboxing of two that I bought, and we're gonna then go in depth in pros, cons, specs, that kind of stuff, and comparison to some other models in the next video. But you know, my videos are kind of long, and since this is the homage channel, this video is going to be short. All right, so here's the unboxing of two Pagani Design watches I have ordered. All I have done so far is cut the packages open. I have not looked inside of them beyond that. I don't even know which one is which model, so I'm going to set one to the side. I want to show you what to expect, what you might get in the box, extras depending on which specific retailer or version of a watch you order it might contain, and we'll take an initial look at the watches themselves, and then I'll unwrap them from any plastic that might be on them, and we'll go in depth then on specs and comparisons to other watches and pros, cons, that sort of stuff. And behind door number one, you can see there's this screwdriver laying in the front, really small micro screwdriver. This might come in handy. I mean, got my Bergeon kit just over here, so sometimes they'll send like a link removal tool, small screwdriver, that kind of thing. I think the ones I ordered were supposed to come with some extra straps, so yeah, here we have a 20mm sort of a NATO style strap. All right, so let's get this thing out of the box. Now that looks similar to other Pagani Design watches I've bought in the past. Pretty simple packaging, a little bit beat up, you know, it's yeah, $100 watch. What do you expect, right? Should be some sort of manual warranty card in here. Yep, sort of same old. Bit of a cleaning cloth. And this is, I don't even know what color they call this, but this is, we know what this is modeled after. I will show you an actual Rolex OP here in a second. See, it's got plastic kind of all around it. You know, it's well protected, but okay, let me just give you an initial out-of-the-box impression. This is quite heavy, much heavier than the real deal. So we're gonna talk comparison here. I mean, how many videos have you seen where you actually see an actual Rolex OP and the homage, the low-cost, cheap version that is quote unquote worth, you know, bang for your buck. You know, the markers don't look half bad. I have to be honest, you know, fair. I think I'm going to dislike the writing at 6 o'clock. Although, you know, in terms of the inspiration drawn from brands that have a lot of writing, let's just say, yeah, I said it. You know, it's not out of the norm. So you can see there's plenty of protection around the bracelet, clasp, around the lugs, crown even, right? I mean, they've done a really good job of protecting it. Always need a good hang tag, right? Let's see if there's anything else in the box. Nope, just that. You know, initially, I don't see any particular aspects out of whack. I have to, of course, take a lot closer look, go macro, that kind of thing, and see what's what. In terms of the model on this, of course, I'll put all the information when we get to specs, but it's P and then either a T or an E. It could, you know, depending on the way you're reading the font, could be read either way. So PT time or PE time. You think it'd be PD time. Just saying. Anyway, you know, the actual color of the dial isn't overly striking. I actually kind of really like the tone, the shade. I was actually kind of concerned of what the tone, the shade might look like initially, but it's very not in your face. It grabs your attention, but it's a pastel sort of a shade and not overbearing. So that's going to be fun to look at, actually. Initially, I'll say the one or two sort of negative things about this, at least so far, is the case weight and the dimensions. I mean, it feels really heavy and the height is quite significant. So we'll come back to you soon, darling. We'll come back to you soon. Package number 2. I might make this into 2 videos just because, I mean, do an unboxing so you can see what's coming, and then we'll do like the in-depth stuff just to chop up a little bit, because I'm gonna have so much to say about this. Maybe short video here showing you what's coming, and then we're gonna do the full-on, and we're gonna throw some actual Rolex into the mix because, well, this channel's different than others. All right, so number 2, same old box, same strap, different packaging than the other one though, gotta say. Oh yeah, you know, they come with sort of different styles. So this is like a Zulu style. See those keepers in there? I love me a good Zulu style strap. I mean, Vario makes great Zulu style. And you can see here, the other sort of NATO style is with these keepers like this. I'm just not a fan. They're set, right? They're solid. They're not going to move out of the way. Whereas the Zulu style, these things sort of nicely bend, and yeah, love it. Okay, same box. The other one was the tangerine something something something. I'm not going to say all the words because I don't want to get in trouble. Pagani Design. Okay, we've got the cleaning cloth. Well, that looks like a vintage something something. I'm sorry. Given what it is, and even though this has a quartz in it, you initially look at it and you're like, you know what? As a temporary stand-in or just kind of getting a feel for it, it's hard to judge the insanity of it. I don't know how else to say it, peeps. It's got for $100, it actually has a really good look about it. Let's pull this out. Okay, not near as heavy as the mechanical one we just looked at, which is quartz. It's got a nice light fill. It's got, the case itself has a slimmer profile, but you can see that the bezel and crystal are offset a little bit more, so you get some height on top of it. And this is what makes Pagani different than the real deals, let's say, if you want to call them that. These are homage watches, of course, just like we have the homage Brian, but that height is, of course, not even close to what you would get if you're going with the brands on which these are referencing. And we're going to see a lot more pictures of that in the upcoming stuff. But this has not near as much protection around it. I guess the bracelet is covered a little bit. I don't even see any plastic on the surface. Like I say, you never know what you're going to get with these Pagani watches. So there's no protection directly on the crystal, which is kind of weird. Clasp is. We've got stuff on the crowns and the pushers. Maybe there's some plastic on there. Is there plastic on there? They forgot to put it on at the factory? Yeah, there's no plastic on there, peeps. This feels pretty good in terms of weight in the hand, which will translate to the wrist. Feels much more, I'll say, watch-like, whereas this feels a little bit more brick-like, which is not what you want with a watch going for sort of the simplistic look, dress/casual style. But, you know, okay, let's get these things unwrapped and take close looks, do pros, cons, watch for the next video, and yeah, just watch complications. I'm out.